of that.
Yeah, and I think this weekend really portrays where you and I are in our lives by what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with what you're doing. And your kids are young, 5 and 3.
Yeah, and
All
I'm
right?
really hoping that they are both going to see Dora the Explorer tomorrow.
Right. Well,
we have tickets.
yeah.
We have tickets to go see Dora the Explorer tomorrow. Unfortunately, my son Stevie is sick, and so we are sort of playing it by ear to see if he's well enough to go, which will break my heart. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
He's been so excited about this for such a long time. It will break my heart if he's not well enough to go tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be.
We actually had a bad thing happen at the house yesterday related to that.
Related to his sickness
Related
or Dora the
to
Explorer?
his illness. It has nothing to do with Dora the Explorer.
What happened?
Well, I'll give it to you somewhat delicately because it was only described to me by my wife, Stacy, because I've not been home.
You know I do news of the word and stuff I throw out there.
But
really
you know
think
I
this
don't
needs to
like
be
this type
delicately?
of topic.
All right.
Anyway, so Stevie has been sick, and anyone who's a parent of a 3-year-old or their kids were ever 3, you'll remember this. Every once in a while, your kid will just get in his mind he's not taking medicine.
Right.
Right? He will not take it.
Right.
I mean, the clench the lips up kind of thing. You cannot get medicine
Kids,
in
you
them.
do that now.
That's correct. But, I can be enticed other ways.
Right.
But Stevie can't, no matter what you offer him. Popsicles, whatever it is, TV.
Not doing it.
Can't get him to do
Yeah,
it.
been there.
So, but he's got a fever.
So he's got to get some medicine in him.
You got to get something in him. And the doctor said to my wife, Stace, if he's not going to take it orally, there's only one other way to get the medicine in him.
Uh-oh.
And so that's
You
what
mean the
happened
way of
last night.
The way of the thermometer?
Yes, that's exactly correct. The other direction.
You had to give him
the enemy approached from the opposite side.
a suppository?
That's what I'm told. I wasn't there to see it, thank
That's
God.
what you didn't have to administer this?
No, I was here. I was doing SportsCenter last night while I was doing a lead-in to the, Roger Clemens trade rumors. Stacey is shoving,
I don't think there's any doubt next dosage should be given by you.
And let me tell you what, the next dosage that is given by me is going to be received by me or by God because I would rather be dead. In all honesty, whatever illness it is that I'd be recovering from in that moment, I would rather it took me out than have to perform that action upon myself or anyone else.
Oh, my
God.
gosh.
I don't like it. Yesterday, you came over and touched my pen with your fingers, and I was upset about it. We're not going into the whole Heinelary area. This is not going to happen. All right? So I'm not.
But you would do that for your kid.
Remember I just mentioned Larry needs someone to help him tape up the boxes? That guy can come to the house afterwards.
Oh, my God.
I really would like not to do that.
All right,
so I'm going to get home and I'm going to start the bribing. Stevie, let's sit down. I'm your dad. What do we want here?
Well, that worked.
Up to and including a car if he will take this medicine
For
orally.
those that say you shouldn't do that, I say, ha! Do it if it works.
I say, here, say hello to my son, Steven.
I'm with you as well. So you're taking your young children to Dora the Explorer.
Tomorrow, yes.
I am taking the family to Boston. We're going up there for the weekend. Chris's brother Paul is up there. We're going to go visit him and his lovely fiancée, and we're going to hang out there for the weekend. But Saturday night, my boys and I, 16 and 15, are going to see Dane Cook. The comedian. The comedian.
He's funny. He's good. Yeah, that should be fun.
He's very good.
Now, wait a minute. Where is he playing?
Somewhere in Boston.
Not like in a comedy club?
I don't know where he's playing.
Well, don't you have to be of a certain age to get in there?
No, he's not. Well, he's obviously not. My wife got the tickets. He's obviously not playing in a place where they're going to be serving alcohol.
Well, how do you know that? She may not know that.
Because
you can buy tickets.
Because she's not dumb.
No, I'm not suggesting she's dumb, but you might not know going in. I mean, I used to go to comedy clubs a lot when I was much younger. It's a fun night, a way to spend the night. I enjoy it.
My wife's not dumb. I'm sure she looked into this.
So he's playing is he big enough to be playing in a theater?
I guess so. The tickets were rather expensive.
Okay, so it's not in a place like whatever the Rascals or whatever these places are called.
Me and the boys are going to that where Chris, Sydney, my daughter, Paul, and his fiancée Liz are going to go shop somewhere.
Oh.
I'm staying away from that.
Well, they got the better end of that.
I don't know about that.
I would rather go shop with Chris and Sydney than go see Dane Cook with Jake and Mike.
Dane Cook is funny.
I'm sure he is, but the shopping is very productive.
You know what my kids are very excited about?
Yes.
In the the tabloids,
yes,
Dane Cook has been kind of associated with Jessica Simpson.
Oh, really? So maybe she'll be there.
The boys were kind of hoping that.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
So that's pretty much what it is.
That,
You'll be there laughing with Dane Cook, and your wife will be out there shopping with Sydney, and I'll be shoving something up Stevie's.
What are you talking about? Here is what everyone's talking about.
All right, what's everybody talking about in the world of sports today with Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio, on TV, on ESPN2. Barry Bonds may be in some big trouble.
Yeah.
Federal prosecutors may be pursuing a perjury case against Barry Bonds stemming from his denials of steroid use during a federal grand jury appearance in 2003. Our esteemed legal analyst Roger Cossack was with us about an hour ago, told us that while these are still steps that have yet to be taken, it is not inconceivable that the next step is an indictment, followed by an arrest or him turning himself in, followed by bail, followed by a trial, and if there's a conviction, it's a felony. That could all be followed by jail.
This certainly is moving along. Bonds is a surgeon. Dr. Arthur Ting has been subpoenaed to appear before the grand jury to talk about, whatever obviously they're going to ask him. So this is moving along, and this is, I think, going to make baseball step to the side with their investigation while they let this one go on.
What else are we talking about this morning? I can't decide if this is good news or bad news, but Lendell White has a little tear in his hamstring. The USC running back who was so unimpressive in his pro day workouts a couple of weeks ago, Mike, and his stock has been falling. There was a time when we were talking about him as a possible top 10 draft pick. Now Mel has him maybe falling all the way to the second round. But tell us, Mike, why this tear could actually be good news.
It could be good news because now there's a reason he wasn't running. He said he had a bad hammy. Some people may have questioned whether he just wasn't in shape to run, but he had an MRI and there was a tear in the hamstring. It will heal. He can start running within a month. So that's, when mini camps are going on, shouldn't be an issue when training camp rolls around. This guy's a hell of a player, with the pads on. So, there's thoughts of 27 to Carolina, maybe 32 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I still think he goes in the first round, but he does have the flag hanging over his head of he was only able to lift and step on a scale at Pro Day, and he really failed miserably in both those things.
And what else are we talking about? Bad night health-wise, Knicks Cavaliers last night. We certainly wish the very best for Larry Brown, whatever my issues with him may be as a coach. He had to leave the arena, I'm told, on a stretcher last night, taken to the hospital. Does not appear as though it's something overly serious, an acid reflux or some sort of intestinal situation. But anytime you have a 65-year-old man being taken to a hospital on a stretcher, it is obviously cause for concern. We hope that he is okay. Meanwhile, LeBron James, watch this one, Mike, in street clothes.
And it is exactly what he should be doing. They only have a few more games. They're locked into their position, at the 4 seed. They can't move. They can't move up. They can't move down. LeBron James should stay in street clothes until the playoffs start.
Tim Legler on the NBA coming up about 15 minutes from now with us, Mike and Mike in the morning.
I can't believe he said that.
Who was that cool talker?
I have no idea what you're talking
These
about.
people are talking a lot.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Mike, and that, of course, is Dumb and Dumber, the classic Jim Carrey scene from Dumb and Dumber. But, Mike, do you know what the dumbest city in America is?
I do know what the dumbest city in America is.
The dumbest city in America is?
Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon. This according to the folks who make Trivial Pursuit. Los Angeles may be the smartest city in America, and Eugene, Oregon is America's dumbest city, narrowly beating out Green Bay, Wisconsin, and El Dorado County, California, for the dubious honor. This according to a new study by the people from Trivial Pursuit. Los Angeles is the city with the smartest players. New Yorkers also scored high, as did the folks from Washington, D.C. Eugene, Oregon, and Green Bay scored very low. So,
Yeah.
we took that.
How about a little sports twist to this?
We are going to figure out what is the smartest sports city in America.
Right.
Mike and Mike, we got yourself a cross-section all over the United States. We're on 340 stations across America, and ESPN2. Everybody can watch it.
We're heard everywhere.
And so, what we're going to do is we're going to put together a city sports trivia contest.
Right.
We're going to get representatives from different cities across America. We're announcing it right now. The contest will begin. We got to need some time to organize this, probably towards the end of next week.
Right.
And we're going to have representatives from different cities playing it off against one another in a sports trivia contest right here on Mike and Mike in the morning. And ultimately, one city will be crowned the smartest sports city in America.
Yeah, we like that a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And with the smartest sports city, we'll obviously have a reference to the dumbest sports city as well. We'll see who folds in the first rounds of these things. This will be a lot of fun.
Maybe we will actually have the losers play off against one another and pick ultimately
Find
the
out
dumbest.
which is the dumbest. I agree
Sports
with that
city.
as well. Yes.
So that's coming soon. Just wanted to give you a little heads up. Mike and Mike, the smartest sports city in America contest, coming soon right here to Mike and Mike in the morning.
On ESPN Radio.
Thank you. Coming up on today's Cold Pizza, he's played 7 seasons, made 4 Pro Bowls, all for one team until this season. Edgerrin James talks about his move from the Colts to the Cards in just a little bit on Cold Pizza. And Hall of Fame coach Lute Olson drops by to tell us how he and Arizona head football coach Mike Stoops have joined forces for a very good cause. Cold Pizza. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2 right after Mike and Mike in the morning. We'll see you then.
What's that? Rabbit food? Business casual slacks? Chintz pillows? No more. Time to be a man again. And it starts in the shower. This gets you clean.
And it doesn't dry your skin.
Not dry. Nice.
And it looks like an oil can.
New Dial for Men body wash. Be a man. Take back the shower.
In swankier NFL football stadium, the NBA Sonics having a harder time getting a new building or public money to fix up the current one. Commissioner David Stern warning that tabling a sales tax package is making it, quote, pretty clear of what they want us to do and will accommodate them. Stern then added really clearly, what I mean is they're not interested in having the NBA there. Sonics have been there since 1967, have a key arena lease through 2010. Knicks Cavaliers not going anywhere, especially true of the Knicks. LeBron James, twisted ankle. Have a seat, get some ice. Before that, Jason McElwain there, J-Mac getting out, he and LeBron. They're tight, they're boys. Honored at halftime, got his jersey. Third quarter, Larry Brown feeling ill. Brown left the game, headed for the locker room. Did not return. More on him in just a bit. Pick up the action in the fourth, score tied at 80. Larry Hughes stealing all the way for the land. LeBron pleased with that. Later in the fourth, Cavs down one. Flip Murray knocking down the three. Just a flip of the wrist there. Cavs going to win this one 91-87. After the game, Coach Brown taken from the arena on a stretcher with oxygen tubes in his nose and transported to a Cleveland hospital. The 65-year-old Brown kept overnight for further tests and observations. A Knicks spokesman said Brown's vital signs when he left the arena were stable.
Let's talk racing now. After celebrating his win at Texas Sunday, Kasey Kahne celebrated his 26th birthday on Monday. And if you look at what Kahne's been doing this season, it looks like, well, the party's going to continue. Kahne has been great at mile-and-a-half tracks with 2 wins and a 4th in the 3 races at tracks of that length so far this season. And those tracks dominate the NASCAR schedule. That, plus Kahne's increasing maturity on the track, could lead to Kahne dominating the NASCAR schedule. Here's Marlo Klein.
With a pair of victories in 2006, Kasey Kahne has already doubled
The Weird.
Up the weird.
With Mike Golick. In for Mike Golick, it's Mike Greenberg.
All right, Golick, I got this one for you.
You know, I don't like when you do this.
Well, you touch the board sometimes, which I don't like.
All right.
And so I've got the news of the weird
This
for
is
you.
under protest, but go ahead.
English golfer David Lynn proved himself able to overcome some pretty serious pain in taking a one-shot lead at the halfway stage of the China Open.
All right.
That's an impressive accomplishment, right? Golf, as we know, is a sport. You have to be feeling good.
Really have to worry about playing in a lot of pain when you're playing with golf. Obviously,
Usually not.
Yeah.
England's David Lynn grabbed a one-stroke lead at the halfway stage of the Volvo China Open, despite fearing that a painful boil on his groin would cause him to withdraw.
A what?
He got a mosquito bite on his groin. Doesn't specify where in his groin, but he got bit by a mosquito.
He got bit by a mosquito by his twigs and berries.
In that neighborhood.
Is he walking around naked somewhere?
He says, it's funny, really, because I was wondering whether I was going to play. I have a little bite on my groin, and it has been festering since last Friday. It became quite large and quite painful. I saw the doctor on Monday. It got quite bad, so we had to have it lanced. He had his boil surgically removed. He added, it's quite a large hole now, and it needs dressing.
I had a bite last Friday.
That's correct.
That's festering in his groin area by an insect.
That's correct. And now he's leading at the turn. He's one stroke up at the turn.
You can't do a man like that.
That means nothing to me. I want to know how he got bit.
Well, Mike, I mean, mosquitoes can fly in and around.
And Barry Bonds has met every drug test that has been thrown at him.
An inside look beyond the headlines from the man himself. Bonds on Bonds, a weekly series, Tuesdays at 7 Eastern on ESPN.